you see a goat in a cage randomly but strategically placed in the middle of an alley an hour after the purge, that's probably a trap.
You should have bigger priorities than freeing a random goat.
Hell yeah. Shit, the goddamn T-Rex from Jurassic Park would be like, no, man, that's a setup.
Some Baptists just don't like.
Nah, I would eat that mother. No. Shit. That's some Acme Wile E. Coyote shit right there. Why you gonna mess with that? I'm sorry. Hey everybody, Double Toasted Live is coming to New York on September 10th. Hey, that's my big birthday weekend, so help me celebrate with you. You can get your tickets right now over at doubletoasted.com or go to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted-Brooklyn. Hey, there's a limited number of all access tickets and VIP tickets. They're going pretty fast, so go over there and get your tickets now. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. Let's go ahead and talk about what people are saying is the purgiest purge ever. It is so purgy that it cannot be contained to just one day. If you're familiar with the purge, then you know the premise. The new founding fathers, those are the people who are running the country, America, they say, we're going to dedicate one day where you could commit any crime out there, including murder. But after that day, when we say stop, then you better stop. Well, in this particular film right here, this latest installment, people said, no. What you gonna do to stop me? We're gonna tear up all this shit. What are you gonna do, man? And so this is what they call the forever purge right here. What happens in this latest installment when people want to purge forever in a country that is already under a lot of racial and political tension? Well, we find out right now in the latest Purge movie called The Forever Purge.
The annual purge, all crime, including murder, is now illegal.
Come on, let's get to work.
Somebody made a good point. They say, so is GTA without the cops? Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, great observation.
One night only. Rest of the year is peaceful.
What's the line? I'm getting out of here. These people are crazy.
There's a jump scare coming up. I'm going to get out of here.
Well, shit, that horse, he's going to purge. He's like, shit, I'm going to get my purge on. Horse walking on machete in his mouth. I saw this, and so did you.
Yes, it did.
Martin did not see this. You were
He's busy
purging around Dallas right now, purging bars, while you were getting your pockets purged.
Yeah, exactly.
Expensive over there. But we're all kind of like-minded when it comes to the Purge movies. So, Martin, we're going to let you know how we feel about
I think
this.
I can trust you guys.
Yeah.
The only word I saw was from Julian.
I'm not on the same level when it comes to these purge movies as a lot of people out there. I actually think that the Purge movies are underrated. Now, not all of them. Not all of them are good, but I think most of them deserve credit for doing something that a lot of sequels and series of movies don't do. They always expand the story. Mm-hmm. I would say that the Purge, for being as low budget and as almost regarded as just like kind of throwaway exploitation flicks, nah, man, they took a lesson from like Aliens.
Yeah.
And they always managed to expand the story. Sure, every one of them has a purge, but it's called the purge. What do you mean? You'd be mad if people weren't tearing up shit in these movies. So yes, you always have that common theme right there. But they evolve as stories, man, by showing how parts of society, different parts react to the purge, especially the people that fight against it. It also shows how the purge continues to change the country, often for the worse. But I also admire how every movie has something to say. Just like good horror or science fiction, they keep up with the pulse of what's going on in the news and in the headlines. And every one of these movies is very timely with what's happening at that moment. And have kind of been ahead of the times as far as predicting how crazy and divisive this country is going to get.
Sure.
Unlike the first movie, The Purge, which that's the one I'm not crazy about because, I mean, it's not bad. I know people like it. I have nothing against it. But it was just a home invasion flick.
Our target for this year's purge is hiding in your home. We'll kill all of you.
Now, cool premise, and a lot of people like it. Not really for me, but the rest of the films have gone on to just really expand to show what the world is like outside of those walls of that home that we saw. Ethan Hawke was in that movie.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was good in that.
He was the lead in Lena Headey as well.
Yeah. You know, these movies later on have gone on to comment on the current state of class and race in America, man. You know, making all these social comments. And sure, they've not always been so subtle about it.
Subtle.
Yeah, I know, subtle.
No, they got none of that.
Shit, this has been purged of subtlety right here. Shit, this movie right here, like the last three could have simply been called diary.
Yeah, you don't leave a Purge movie going like, I wonder what they were trying to say.
With this one right here, I think that this one continues to expand the story. And I'll tell you, and I'm gonna pass this on to you.
Sure.
But the one thing I like about this one, and if I don't like anything about this one, I like that this Purge that we have right here, the Forever Purge, this is the Purge movie that probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it finally shows that the Purge is a dumb idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If you didn't pick up on that already, it was always bad.
When you see the idea, because I look at this, when you see the idea of the Purge start to backfire and America burn, you're kind of like, what the did you think was going to happen?
What did you think was going to happen?
What this movie, it acts as kind of like it acts as both kind of like an ending to this phase of the Purge movies. You know, this is like this one day a year we all do, and everything goes back to normal in your face. But there is a little bit of subtlety to them, and I like this movie showcased it. Like, you notice, like, all in the backgrounds, all these gun stores, 40% off. Like, you hear on the radio sometimes in between dialogue between the regular characters that, you know, that people are getting more enraged. That there's a higher death count, like this Purge year than the last Purge year, the one before that. And it's like, I like that they've embedded, since even from the first one, all this escalation that has occurred. And now we're at this kind of Mad Max Escape from New York scenario at this point where it's not stopping. And like, that's really cool. This feels like the first film in a whole new series of films that's going to act as a springboard. Okay. And that's what makes me excited. But again, it also acts, I think, as just a really entertaining movie with some flaws that naturally comes with engaging horror tropes.
These movies have always kind of been ahead of the curve as far as what's happening in this country, man. You know, a lot of people haven't seen it, and a lot of people don't like these movies because they don't see it. But for the people who are like, man, y'all are crazy. You know, this has been out there. The shit the Purge has been trying to tell us the whole time.
I mean, our main villains in this are specifically targeting people who are not white.
Yeah.
You know, or who they view as white traitors.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
They're going through... They're like those people at the Capitol, man. This is...
Oh, it's my God. That's what these people are. They're all enduring Confederate flags.
I was explaining this a little bit. I don't like to call these horror movies, but it is frightening how these people are driving through the city talking about we will make America pure again. We will take out all the people who don't belong here. We will purge this of all its uncleanliness. You know, and it's like, man, we've heard this shit online.
Sure.
You know? All right, so, you know, these movies are actually a lot smarter than you give them credit for. Now, that's not to say that there aren't things to pick this movie apart on.
Oh, yeah.
There are. You know, I mentioned how it's not subtle. You know, the costumes that the Purgers wear, you know, those things have become characters themselves. So, you know, these movies have always been like Halloween with murder. Right. You know, instead of handing out candy, they're handing out death. So, you know, they've always been over the top, and they've worn that. They literally have worn that. They've been proud of that. You know, and now they're even going more over the top with this. As you said, they got people who are going crazier and getting wilder with and more violent with the Purge, but now they sitting out here making jigsaw traps. Martin like a black woman at the theater.
I'm sorry. Even a purge or not, I wouldn't be messing with that.
I wouldn't be messing with that.
I was like, this is somebody else's. I'm gonna leave this alone.
Now you know what?
Shit.
I'm gonna tell you something. I feel bad for this woman, but she was stupid.
Yes.
She kind of had this coming.
Especially because she's like one of the most competent characters in the movies, and she's
Yeah.
really smart.
Yeah.
And this one's like, well, I want to help the goat. It's like, who gives a shit about the
gives a
goat?
fuck about that
Fuck the goat. It was a dog, and I'm like, sure, but a goat? Who cares?
Fucking hell, fuck
Somebody
that
has
dog.
that goat up there to either transport it or eat it, and that's their business.
Yeah. Shit, if that was a human being, you'd be in that goddamn cage. Shit, if you and Juicy was in that cage, I'd be like, oh, man.
No, I'm not walking towards that cage.
That's between you and who put you in there, man. Ain't none of my business. But right, man, you see, if you see a goat in a cage randomly but strategically placed in the middle of an alley an hour after the purge, that's probably a trap.
You should have bigger priorities than freeing a random goat.
Hell yeah. Shit, the goddamn T-Rex from Jurassic Park would be like, no, man, that's a setup.
Some Baptists I just don't like.
Nah, I would eat that mother. No. Shit. That's some Acme Wile E. Coyote shit right there. Why you gonna mess with that? I'm sorry. If my mama was in that cage, just say, I'll go call somebody. But I'm not putting my hand in there. Corey! God damn it, Corey! I'm sorry, mama. I love you. I'll call 911. Shit, you might be trying to purge me. I don't know. And also,
Is this at the very beginning of the movie?
it's after, like, yeah, it's a
First
yeah,
25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Fuck that goat. And also, just some of this shit is just silly. How long you gonna sit in a dumpster dressed like a goddamn rabbit before you feel like an idiot?
Get hot.
Yeah, because you know he probably been waiting 2 hours about to
yeah.
come find that goat.
Oh, yeah.
Man, fuck this Trix Rabbit shit.
I'm telling you, man, this is gonna work. It's
God.
gonna be so fucking funny.
In a hot ass dumpster in Mexico.
A hot ass dumpster.
It smells so
Mexico.
bad. Bullshit.
Yeah, right?
And then looking like the Trix Rabbit on meth. Man, fuck this. The purge is for kids. Fuck this shit. Silly rabbit. Silly rabbit purges for kids. Fuck this. I'm taking my goat with me, by the way. That is right there. You might recognize her.
She was just in Army of the Dead, right?
Yeah, this dumbass right here. You might recognize her. That is Ana de la Reguera. She was just in Army of the Dead, where she played another badass.
Who did something stupid.
Yeah, who did
Yeah.
something stupid. But she's kind of, I don't know if she's trying to make a name for herself as this, and she's getting older. I don't know if she's trying to be an action star, but in both these movies, she can hold her own.
Yes.
Yeah.
She sells all those scenes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the action scenes are pretty well shot and choreographed. All the actors do a very competent job. There's not a particularly weak scene. There's maybe some horror tropes that sneak into those action scenes
Yeah.
that don't work. But the action scenes themselves, I think, are quite good.
Listen, for all these dumb things that happen here, it's a purge movie. You know, we can accept a lot of things that happen in this movie because, you know, we accept the rules of this universe, as we always say. And
Sure.
they kind of stick to their stupidity here. I mean, yes, there's a world where that purging shit, it works, all right? Wouldn't work in real life. Some people say, hey, Corey, give it time.
That is the thing with these purges being ahead of their time. They do things that we go like, psh, well, that's kind of outrageous, but I'll accept it. And then it happens.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. But still, there's some things here that are kind of too much for me. Like in here, they got some of the I like all the actors, but some of the side characters they have here, some are a little extra here. Like the overacted Nazis and purgers that they got here. Like that dude right there.
The
you
black
know,
Nazi?
No, you know what they didn't do?
They removed the
swastika. This dude has a huge ass swastika
Yeah.
on the side of his face. They removed it from the trailer. I don't know why, but
Yeah, you don't.
I guess to keep having theaters full of Nazis in it. Yeah,
okay.
no, they that dude had a big ass swastika tattoo on the side of his face,
Yeah.
and he's sitting across from a girl, and both of them they overacting just a little bit. He's listening to gunshots and telling everybody what they are. Shotgun, AK-47, ooh, 9mm. It's like
Just jerking off while doing the other girls. It's like, just laughing the whole time.
yeah. the purge, it's not gonna stop. It's gonna be forever. Blink. You know, it's like, all right, you fucking two jokers over here. Yeah, it's like, come on, y'all.
Did they zoom in on her when she said that?
Yes, they did, man. Her ego looking ass. Purge forever, master. It's like, okay.
It's like the other participants of the purge are like, okay, that's a little too much. Right? We're gonna kill the people, but settle down.
Like, Jesus, Esmeralda. Anyway.
Yeah, man. They're trying to work in the headlines a little too much. Like, that's where it crosses subtlety for me. You can be over the top. You can even put your message out there. But when you take things directly from the news or the headlines and try to work them in corny ways, that doesn't work. There's a group of racists that find our heroes that they're trying to get out of. That's the cool thing about the story. They're trying to. America's gone so crazy that Canada and Mexico, they're saying, "Hey, look, we feel for y'all. If you can get here in 6 hours, you can cross the borders." Yeah, you get They say you get sanctuary until things cool down. But yeah, we understand shit has gone wild. Get over here, and after 6 hours, we got to shut the doors. So you have our group of heroes trying to make it out of Texas. And they run into a group of racists, of course, and they say lines like, well, look like we got a bunch of bad hombres. And I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
For real?
Yeah. Hey, beaners. And I was like,
brownies is the word they use a lot of.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a common insult, brownies?
Not really.
I like brownies, man. They're delicious.
I know. I was just like, that sounds like, it's just a weird.
It's a very positive connotation to brownies.
Yeah.
You mean these people are actually delicious and sweet? That's what I meant. That's racist. Yeah, I was just kind of like, Jesus, come on, man. Really? Bad hombres. Yeah. And then they decide to give you like a main villain when the movie's almost done, like this guy.
Oh.
Yeah, this guy comes in and he's like, they do something. He was like, ooh, you're gonna pay, Brownie. And it's like, okay, you too late, man. Yeah. You should have had your shit in
we were
early.
ready to go.
It's funny because they really do set up like a villain in the first act, and they're like, all right, we're done with you.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. It's like, it's too bad. Could have been interesting. But no,
yeah, man.
Nothing.
And they keep saying that these are horror movies, and they're not. They're more like action thrillers.
Yeah.
You know, and this
Does seem that way.
No, the same here, man. This is very much an action thriller, man. Which is a good thing because the horror parts that do sneak in here, those parts,
The weakest part.
those are the weakest and goofiest parts in here, man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like haunted house type shit. Like literally a haunted house type shit. I'm like, you could take this all out of the movie and it would be better for it. It'd be shorter.
It would be shorter. You're right. It would
Better
be better,
pacing.
man. The jump scares are terrible here.
Egregious.
They're ridiculous. They got one early in the movie, and talk about forced, man. It's just a boy standing there, and they play that dramatic music. It was like, and it's just a boy turning around, just a boy looking. He ain't doing shit. It's just a kid, just boy. Let's go. It's like, man, really? They got a jump scare with a motorcycle. A motorcycle. You hear a motorcycle coming 3 blocks down the road. How you gonna jump scare somebody with that? Somebody look out the window like, it's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Man, they even go old school with like a rubber bat.
Yeah, they should do.
And I'm like, you know what? I admire you for doing that, but still lazy.
Yeah. A rubber bat and a motorcycle tiptoeing to the window. It's like, man, and that was the worst part.
Yeah, it's the most egregious parts. Yes, agreed.
They got one where they have because this is by Universal,
Yeah.
the distributor, Blumhouse Universal. So
Okay. So I didn't realize they had another universe going. They got a lot of them.
yeah, and so they have license to Dracula. So there's a part.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Oh
boy, listen to this shit.
Doesn't even make any sense why they're playing it.
Man, listen to this shit. The purge happened with a bunch of people watching Dracula, the old Dracula.
Yeah.
19.
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi. Oh, I hear the purge is coming.
Music they
Hello, kids. Would you like to beatbox?
Would you like to purge? So they go to this theater where it's like they showing Dracula, and just for some reason, I guess for this particular, why somebody decide to have a special screen of Dracula like it's Halloween when the purges come out, I don't know. But they walk to the theater and he's rubber bats just fall from the ceiling like a bat falls. What it look like? Ah! That's a legit jump scare right there.
Batty, batty,
Batty,
batty.
batty.
So lazy.
And then, but that's not even the silliest part.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's not even the silliest part. The rubber bat and the Dracula and everything. That's not even the dumbest part. The dumbest part is when they get to part of the theater and they get attacked by people dressed like Dracula.
Vampires.
Like a bunch
ton
of goth
vampires.
dudes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Was this like a special screening of Dracula where everybody dressed up for it?
and decided to purge, I guess.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers looking like a cheap ass blade all of a sudden, and they even come out to like,
It's vampire crossover. Yeah. No, that would have been cool if it was vampire. Straight up
turning
vampires.
like from dusk to dawn.
Yeah, I was like,
Maybe it's
whoa.
for the next thing where they can cross over the Universal monsters with the Purge, because if they keep expanding it, they got to go to something else.
If you saw this, you will not ever say those words. No, that did not need to happen. Fools acting like they dead up against the wall, like they got stakes in the heart. They laid up against the wall, faking it, and when they walk by, like, and it's like, get the fuck out
Plastic
of here.
vampire teeth that fall out when they die. All right.
I'd be goddamn. You get the fuck out of here with this, really?
Sorry, I missed it.
It's too bad because it comes after.
Jesus.
Even some of the characters that get introduced, they get introduced in a silly way themselves. I really like this actor, Tanaka Huerta, who plays Juan. But when he's introduced as some kind of mystical horse whisperer, like Josh Lucas, who's in him. I forgot the character's name, but Josh Lucas. First of all, he don't like Mexicans, but he really don't like him.
The magic Mexican.
The magic Mexican, because he been trying to. This fool, he been trying to train his horse. And he's been trying to tame his horse, and this whole time I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you," but they call the Mexican horse whisperer in, and it'd be one thing if he calmed the horse down, just went up there. And the horse was okay, man. It's cool.
Look, speak cool for me, all right?
But man, he said something that made that horse weak in the knees. That horse fell. You know what? I was messing with Alan, but I got my horse messed ready because I ain't got a clip for it. But it's like he whispered something sexual in that horse's ear. He was like, "I will lick you in places you never knew you had." Oh, Jesus Christ. And that horse lays down on the ground. Oh, Jesus. You know, hit my
Yeah, you like got hit with a sedative or something. Who he was sitting to in Spanish. That's what it was.
Yeah. Ah, mi amor.
Oh, it's like go
It's a romance
Adams.
language. Yeah. Remember me.
Josh Lucas even follows him around. He's like, "Hey, you were late for work today." And he's like, "No, I wasn't." And he was like, "Well," and he tried to get his other white dude friend to like say something. Hey, Ken, am I right? Was he late for work? And the guy don't even give him no backup. He's like, I didn't see nothing. And he's like, "You fuck all y'all." He can't win with one. But it's funny because him and Josh Lucas, they actually have some good scenes together.
Yeah.
Him and Josh Lucas, because Josh Lucas, Juan, the actor who plays him, Tenoch Huerta, he feels like a guy who really is just like trying to get by, man. He doesn't feel like he's acting. He's just like, I'm just trying to get by and I got to deal with these racist assholes over here. So he's really good, man. Josh Lucas is supposed to be the good racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that's saying, "I got nothing against Mexicans, Juan. I just want y'all to get the fuck away from me," until he has to cross over into Mexico.
Come on, they sell things. The chingaderas estas. The
Towers?
Yeah, the towers. They sell towers. They are cutting them.
Hey,
Fuck, I just got here.
Okay, I was wondering why
Got to
she making
America.
that face. Yeah, let's go.
Because she been talking out America shit this whole time.
Oh, really?
Land of the free. Yeah, free to get your ass killed. Yeah, she just got there. She's been there a year. She made a good life for herself, and now you're tearing this shit up. She's like, you know what? Y'all go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just purge it out. See what happens. I'll wait.
I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, she has a view of like the American dream, whereas the Juan character is like, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah, Juan's like, I've been telling you, get the fuck out of here this whole time.
Is she his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
they're a couple.
is. Yeah. And Josh Lucas is good. And the movie knows that they're portraying Josh Lucas as this person who they say the good racist because that's how he feels like he's not.
Yeah.
But of course, he's always those people who's like, I like everybody as long as I don't have to be near them.
Yeah.
Yeah, separate but equal, which is never a thing. Somebody always going to be unequal in that situation. But despite all these things, man, look, I'm in that group of people that really likes these movies, man. I dig on these movies a lot, and I see things to enjoy past those things that I've mentioned. I like this one, man, and I like how this is not only an action thriller, but it's a war film. It's a Mad Max movie.
Oh, yeah.
In some parts,
Definitely.
and in other parts, near the end, it even turns into a Western.
I'm low on ammo. You guys got ammo?
We have a few guns, but when the bullets run dry...
Lasso?
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mad Racist Max.
Yeah, motorcycles and dune buggies.
This is Outlast.
They having a literal Mexican standoff.
Plus one white guy.
And look at him, he's like, I still don't like your Mexican ass.
When this is over,
Changes
me
nothing.
and you gonna talk.
Yeah, man, they even cut back on some of the costumes in the movie. No, those used to be a big trademark.
Yeah.
It's not that many. They have some, and they are
Yeah, because
ridiculous.
I see the cowboys with the death mask.
They got a
on.
dude with longhorns like antlers. Not that I have a problem with that. I like that, man.
Yeah, to me, the costumes are part of that's a big element of these movies.
Well, that's for the purge. Now people are like, you know what? It's just complete chaos.
Okay,
People are just out
okay.
going crazy.
What they do a good job in this movie, they introduce, and they don't say outward. They do say that there is like a militia group who has organized all these things and is like, we've been preparing for this day for years.
Yeah.
To slowly just put the U.S. into chaos, overthrow the National Guard, overthrow the army, overthrow the politicians. But you also still have these other people who are just like, we just want to purge. What the hell is this all about? Like you have the bunny rabbit guys who are just like, we just want to kill people. It's like, no, get the out of here.
Yeah.
And we have these people like literally just all decked out, got in colorful costumes, Confederate flags.
Yeah.
They have the bandanas on. Like that seems to be the new costume for this movie. All those guys like to dress up in Halloween masks. Now we're gonna kill you too.
Yeah,
and get
exactly.
you out of here. So I looked at they have like these little subgroups going on.
No,
Okay.
it is true.
That's cool.
Yeah, I killed 20 people last night, but you're just being an asshole now.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Obey the rules, man. Without rules, we have chaos. With all those genres mixed together, like the horror movie parts are the silliest part. Unfortunately, they're very small. Most of this is an action thriller, a Western, and a war movie. That's stuff where they're going through El Paso, war-torn El Paso.
It's great.
That's where all their money went, kind of. It's an $18 million movie, and when they show the destruction of El Paso, and then they pull back and show how certain facilities and bases are being torn apart, towns are just burning down, that stuff is amazing, man. And the movie is never dull. It moves at an incredible pace because of that.
It's about an hour 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
it feels pretty good.
Oh,
They could've-
that's a good running time.
yeah. They could have even taken a few things out, but yeah, it's still very well paced.
Yeah. But what all these movies do well, and here's one of your masks right here that's actually kind of cool, but what all these
Like
movies...
Scarecrow.
Yeah. Got bullets for teeth and shit. Look like Donnie Darko in a way.
Yeah.
What these movies do well, though, is that they make you root for the heroes. Because the villains there are just terrible, terrible people, man. They really make you hate the villains. America has long avoided its own racist imagery, because everybody loves seeing Nazis being killed. Everybody loves seeing cops killing crooks and lawbreakers, especially ones of color. But we don't ever like to show, the people over here who are the equivalent of Nazis getting killed all the time because they look too much like the majority of people here. These purge movies say fuck that, and they go out and they go all out on these racist ass people, man. And it's kind of cool seeing these people reverse this trend right here, man. It's good seeing these murderous racists get theirs. I know there's a lot of people who are not fond of these films. They see them as exploitation films. They see them as nothing but violence, and I don't see that. There's been a lot of movies that have gotten credit, who've gotten praised. You look at any Tarantino movie with some of the most senseless violence in there, and people are like, oh, but that's artistic violence.
Oh my gosh.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
you look at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it goes nuts, cartoonish with the violence.
Yeah.
But it was like, well, it's praised because A, it's Quentin Tarantino, and it's like, well, it's good to see the Manson family get it. It's like, yeah, but that's not really what happened, though.
And that never happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's an excellent point. These movies they're fun, but the most important thing, unlike a lot of movies you see today, they actually have something to say, and
Yeah.
these movies are ahead of their time. I know this is not getting good reviews. I know a lot of people looking at it and they think it's empty. I completely disagree with the majority of reviews out there that say that. This is where we just flipped, man. And most importantly, I went back to a theater to see this, and I had fun watching it in the theater.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this a matinee, man. I had a lot of fun. There's some things in here that are just stupid. You know, they don't need to be in the movie. It just brings the what the movie's doing down a little bit. Because otherwise, if they were like, man, if they were really on point, this would be a full price movie for me. But it's a matinee. I had a good time with this.
It still has some great action scenes. Like I would say there was like a weak one in any part of this movie. They use their budget well. The main cast, I think, does a pretty good job. They all have like great chemistry with each other. Yeah, I definitely am right there with you. I give this a matinee as well.
Yeah, I think we just kind of think alike on these movies, man. You know, we
Yeah.
disagree on some movies, and some movies we think alike on. I think this is one series of movies that we do.
Yeah.
It's just I appreciate these movies a lot more than the mainstream does, and that I'm not saying that they're wrong. What can I say? I'm just on a different vibe with these films, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of these movies, man. I like them. I like them a lot. There's probably been one or two that I've said. I think like maybe the last one before that. I said that one was kind of weak, but I appreciate all these movies at least for doing something.
Yeah, the last one I saw, even though I didn't think it was as good as some of the others, I still liked it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I know that they're saying that this is the last one. Do y'all really believe that shit? Come on.
Well, it depends on how well it does.
Yeah.
The way they set this up too. It's like, I mean, it acts as an ending, sure, because it's like, well, this is inevitable how it's all going to end, but it's a springboard for here's a bunch of other movies where we can do it now.
They've left themselves open to say that
course.
this is the last one of election year. They say it was going to be the last one. It wasn't. Yeah, okay. So come on, they'll reboot this if they have to or something.
Think about when Saw was the last one.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
At some point, somebody goes like, "Hey, we haven't done this in a while. I got an idea. Let's reboot this."
Yeah, we'll be reading a story next year about Kevin Hart's producing the next Purge movie.
Yeah, right.
I just love the Purge movies, man. I got ideas.
Yeah, this is the last one in this phase.
Yes, exactly.
They've left it open for that. They can create another phase of movies.
Good way to
They'll
put
be
it.
a little more apocalyptic for America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll
they'll make America, like you said, like Escape from New York, where somebody in Mexico or Canada has to go in and rescue somebody.
yeah, the president.
The president, yeah.
Give me the fuck out of here. You know what'd be funny? If it's a Trump-type character that talks shit about Mexico the whole time, and
Yep.
Mexico guy has to go get his ass.
Yep, yep.
A Mexican Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yeah.
Senor Plissken.